Good morning, Unity.
Anyone out there?
On this beautiful fall sunny day, I love the fall. So for everyone here in the room and everyone at home, let's all stand and get ready to sing Claudia's wonderful song, God is Good and All is Well.
What a wonderful morning, beyond compare. I feel God's loving presence everywhere. I am filled with joy profound in a world where many miracles abound. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well.
Wow, you may be seated. Good morning, Unity. And good morning to all those watching out there in what we used to call back in the 60s TV land. Welcome to Unity of Bon Air, where we live and express unconditional love and grow together in peace and prosperity. My name is Zita Carell, and I'm truly honored to be your service leader today. And I've been a member here a while, and I enjoy all the volunteer activities that I do. And I invite you to do some volunteering too. I am glad to be here with you this morning, and I'm glad to see everyone here and know and see with my TV eyes everyone out there in TV land. Yes, and whether you are here for the first time or for the 100th time joining us, we are grateful for your presence and participation as we share in this special time together. We have come together as part of love's divine purpose that calls each of us forth to celebrate the connection that we all share through the holy presence within and all around us that we call God. In this spirit of community, we enfold in light and love all spiritual and religious gatherings and all people everywhere. And we begin our time together with this special message from our daily word. And the word for today is world peace. Ooh. Say it with me, world peace. Feel that. Peace in the world begins with me. I consider it a sacred responsibility to respond to all people and circumstances peacefully. I forgive myself for those moments that I am less than peaceful and quickly return to the peace of God in my heart. I am a loving expression of God, just as all people are. My tranquil bearing inspires peacefulness wherever I go and with everyone I meet. Each day I join like-minded people everywhere in the renewed commitment to be the presence of peace. I give thanks that with each of us communicates with God in love in our own unique way. Peace and harmony are established in individuals, families, communities, and among nations throughout the world. And our scripture today comes from 2 Corinthians 13th chapter, 11th verse. Put things in order. Listen to my appeal. Agree with one another. Live in peace. And the God of love and peace will be with you. And our statement today, and I'm going to repeat it once and invite you all to repeat it twice. I am a peaceful presence to all. I am a peaceful presence to all. I am a peaceful presence to all. And take just a second and feel that, being that peaceful presence. So we are in for a treat today. Wow, we have our wonderful speaker, Dr. Yemaja Jubilee. Dr. Jubilee is co-founder, director of Cultural Libations, and has written, co-directed, and produced 5 plays, including The Spirit and Soul of James Brown, Can't Keep It to Myself, Vivacious, The Music and Life of Minnie Riperton, Blues Gals, which guess what, I had a part in that, and soul-filled expression poets, writers, and actors. She co-produced Black Wall Street, The Money, the Music, and the People, and the movie, and she co-wrote the theme song with Rebecca Pierce. She received high accolades for her latest short play, Jabba Jabba Jubilee. Did I pronounce that? Juba Jubilee, which she wrote, directed, narrated, produced, and which was performed this past summer at Unity of Richmond, detailing the historical story of Juneteenth. Dr. Jubilee is an inspirational speaker, poet, author, and songwriter. I am honored to call her friend. Yes. So let's give Dr. Jubilee a warm Unity of Bonaire welcome. It is truly an honor to have you here, Dr. Jubilee. And now, I invite you to look around to people here in the sanctuary. Let's look at each other. And you at home, look around your surroundings and recognize the truth of the beauty of this song that we're going to ask our musicians to play, Surely the Presence.
Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place. Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place.
Now we invite our ministerial candidate, Cheryl Fair.
Thank you, Zita. It's my pleasure this morning to lead us all in an opening prayer. So let's take a couple of deep breaths together. And if you wish, you can allow your outer eyes to drift closed as we expand our love consciousness. Just quieting the mind from all the busyness of the morning and opening the heart space and witnessing our own presence in its true state as divine love. And allowing that love consciousness to expand, to embrace everyone in this room, everyone in your area there at home, loving and blessing all of those around us, be they plant, animal, or human. And into this loving consciousness, we bring all of the names that are in our prayer box, all of the names on the Unity of Bon Air prayer list. And I invite you now to speak into this sacred space the names of any situations or people that you would like to hold in prayer. Speak them now. And just take a deep breath into that, and once again expand your love consciousness to raise up all of those names and circumstances, knowing that where two or more are gathered together, we are gathered in love, as love. And we expand this divine love consciousness to encompass all of the people where we currently live, wherever you're coming in from, everyone in this nation. Expand this wonderful divine love consciousness out to encircle this entire planet, raining those wonderful vibrations of love down on our planet itself, all of the creatures of the planet, all of the people of this world, lifting them all up in consciousness. And just breathe into that, holding that space. And then let's begin to bring our energy back to this moment, to the place where you are, the seat that you're in, the wonder of your body that takes you through the day, the voice that speaks the words of love from your mouth. Allow your eyes to drift open, and let us seal this time of prayer, as we always do in unity, in gratitude. Let's say together 3 times, I am grateful. Give it some energy, folks. Ready? I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. So it is. Amen. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. What a beautiful day it is. And wasn't it an amazing day yesterday where we went from summer to fall in one day here in Richmond? A storm came through, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's October now. Just like that. But it's a beautiful day in our consciousness, and a beautiful day out there in the world. Before we move onward, I want to talk with you about a special event that's coming up on Halloween. That would be the last Sunday of the month, the 31st of October. We have an event we're calling Boo and Stew. So it's going to be an early Halloween pre-trick-or-treat event for kids and families. So we will have tables with goodies, we'll have games, we'll have fun activities, and the kind of keynote, the feature of the whole thing is the stew part. We will have traditional Brunswick stew from Barbara Spicer, and we will have a vegan stew from Stephanie Clark. So even if you're not interested in candy and games, you're going to want to be coming by and get some stew. So it's from 3 to 5:30 on Halloween. We set it up so it'll all be done so you can go home and be home for trick-or-treat, however you do or do not choose to participate in that. But it'll all be, you can come here, get your stew, have some fun, and get on home before all the Halloween antics start out there in the world. So I hope everyone will plan on stopping by. Again, that's 3 to 5:30, Sunday, October 31st. We're going to have a good time. Now, there are different ways that you can participate if you want. If you would like to host a treat table, You can show up early, like at 2 o'clock, and we'll get you a table set up. I'm going to have a couple of just general tables. I know that there are donations of candy that are already showing up, so I'll have a couple of tables and we'll put out candy. We're also going to, Melody Neal, our YFM director, is going to be running a cake walk. So we're looking for some cakes, my friends. So if you like to, watch the Great British Baking Show and want to practice, or if you just want to go to your favorite store and buy a cake for that, we need about 6 or 8 cakes. I think we've got commitments on 3 so far. So if that's a way that you would like to participate, and if you want to volunteer, just speak with me or speak with Melody. It's going to be a great time. So hope to see everyone there. Okay? All right. Now, next up, checking my list here, I believe we're going to hear from Sherry McKenzie, who has been coordinating our Truth and Experience Spirit group, our small group activities this fall. And tell us all about it, Sherry.
Good morning, Unity. Good morning. Okay, so this week we're going to hear from some wonderful truth and experience leaders of our universe. Morgan Freeman, Wayne Dyer, Oprah Winfrey, and Joel Osteen. And they're going to talk about you are the creator. What would your life be like if you could access more of your brain's capacity? Can you imagine your future like you really want it to be? There's an Einstein quote in there. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, but your imagination encircles the world. So, logic will get you from A to B, but your imagination will take you everywhere in the universe. Wayne Dyer is going to ask us about placing our imagination on what we'd like to attract, and can you feel it? Do you realize that 96% of what you do is below your conscious awareness? Interesting, isn't it? What's going on back there? What are we not paying attention to? Now, for all you highly enlightened people, that percentage might be different. Oprah's going to tell us that what you are in your life right now is based upon your beliefs. We're going to talk about our belief systems. Joel Osteen is going to talk about what you speak becomes your reality. We did some of that last week with Louise Hay. And the time is now for you to be great. Do you know whatever you need to improve? Write it down. We'll talk about what happens when you actually write down what you're imagining. So I want you to enjoy this week, have a lot of fun, fill yourself with joy. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. And I just want to mention that each week in these Truth and Experience Spirit groups is kind of a standalone event. There's not a book that you have to read. So if you haven't gotten in a group, then please reach out. Call the office or reach out to Sherry, and we will see if we can find a place for you. There are groups that are meeting in person and groups that are meeting online. And I forgot to do one thing, so I'm going to talk just half a second more. I neglected to welcome our newcomers, so if there's anyone who is here for the very first time here in the room, welcome. We are so glad to have you here. And we do have a basket over there next to the door that has newcomer packages, and I think those are also located in the hallway and the lobby, so be sure to grab one of those. And if you're with us for the first time online, we feel you and we're happy to have you here. Go ahead and say hi in the chat thread, and anybody else who's there, say hi in the chat thread. There's the chat thread on YouTube just like there is on Facebook, so you guys can say hello and see how things are going, and we're happy to have everyone here. And now I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful music team.
Okay, if you'd like to rise in body to join us in this next song, or in spirit,
The words, most everyone here knows the song, and we put the words to the verse, so you can sing along with that as well.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here with God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
All right, let's remain standing here in the room, and you guys at home do whatever you want, and let's say together our statement of truth. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God, the omnipotent good. And as all the things that we teach in Unity are based on the teachings of Jesus, we include the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come,
So this is an original song of Dan's and mine, and I'm going to teach you in the first chorus, the chorus. So, and invite you to join along.
Energy flows where attention goes. Keep your mind focused on what you desire. Energy flows where attention goes. See what turns your heart on fire. See what turns your heart on fire.
That's it.
Energy flows where attention goes. Keep your mind focused on what you desire. Energy flows where attention goes. See what turns your heart on fire. See what turns your heart on fire.
Got it.
The secrets of the ages kept hidden from view. Hallelujah, now they are available to you. Don't waste another second on anger or regret. Just claim the truth of oneness, freedom, happiness. Energy flows where attention goes. Keep your mind focused on what you desire. Energy flows where attention goes. See what turns your heart on fire. See what turns your heart on fire. Temptation here in all its forms would have us all believe. Though sons of God, we're born to die. In fact, we all must grieve. Enslaved to thoughts and feelings, alone and powerless. That nonsense is illusion, so awaken, remember that. Energy flows where attention goes. Keep your mind focused on what you desire. Energy flows where attention goes. See what turns your heart on fire. See what turns your heart on fire. Now who we are and why we're here and where we're headed to, when truly known and realized, will guide in all we do. Created in love's likeness, God's given us everything. Our part is just to claim it, create the opening. Energy flows where attention goes. Keep your mind focused on what you desire. Energy flows where attention goes. See what turns your heart on fire. See what turns your heart on fire. One more time, everyone. Energy flows where attention goes. Keep your mind focused on what you desire. Energy flows where attention goes. See what turns your heart on fire. See what turns your heart on fire. See what turns your heart on fire.
Thank you. Y'all can show more love than that. Give us some love. Energy flows. That's what we're going to be talking about today, the energy, because that affects where you are. Good morning. Good morning. I can't hear you. Good morning. And good morning to all of you that are out there, as Cedar said, in television land. But anyway, I just want to give thanks to that which created me today. And if you all would just remember, in 2 Corinthians it says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, we're free. Can y'all say that? Where the Spirit of the Lord is, we are free. We are free. Now, we are made mind, body, soul, and spirit. When God breathed into us and gave us the breath of life, God breathed in the Spirit to us. So you're already free. You forgot. We just have forgotten. And one of the things that I would like for you to always remember is this. Whenever you go anywhere or with any person, remember this, because we were created in love, by love, for love, to be loved. So today, you have just landed in love. You've just landed in love. We forget. You just landed in love. And when you have love that flows through you, above you, below you, I can't keep still. And I know that love allows me to live my life in full expression. Life, L-I-F-E, live in full expression. And when you live in that full expression, girl, let me tell you, whatever comes, everything's going to come. It's part of living. But you can go through life, and when it comes up, you can go into your sacred space. You can push your reset button and keep on going. Put a smile on your face, open up your heart, and have a childlike wonder. We forget the childlike wonder. So what I want to ask you all to do now is breathe, be, and let it be. Everybody stand. Now, what's going to come up on the screen is going to be a song by John Baptiste. He's from New Orleans, and he's from a family of friends and everything that made music. But he's going to invite you to dance. And you can clap your hands, you can stomp your feet, you can do whatever it is that you feel like doing. And don't look at your neighbor. And if you're at home, get up and dance. Here we go. Wasn't that fun? Again, that was John Baptiste. So we can stay on target here now. Breathe, be, and let it be. I want to tell you all that there's something mystical and magical about being you. And it's because you are your unique, divine inner self. And you came to this planet at this time to be who you are. No one else can be who you are. So when you think about that, just kind of absorb that for a minute. There's something mystical and magical. Because when you embrace the totality of who you are, that means you got to embrace your humanness, you got to embrace your imperfections, and you have to embrace your divinity. Like I said, sometimes we have just forgotten. So you embrace the totality of who you are. There's something mystical and magical, as I said before, when you live your life in full expression. Without the external circumstances of people's opinion, or who said this over here about me, or without social norms and the program that we have received living in this matrix. We live in a matrix. And we have been programmed. So I want you to give yourself permission to embody that mystical and magical and using your imagination, just like you are a child today, to embrace the totality of who you are. Now breathe, be, and let it be. Now, with the way that everything has been going on for us, I call it the World Retreat for over the last 18 months. We still are isolated. We got everything has changed. We will never, ever, ever, ever return to quote unquote normalcy because there's a new elevation in consciousness and in energy that's coming as a result of what we've gone through. Wouldn't you all agree? Yeah. That's what's happened. And we, ever since 1776, the world, when the United States started with the Declaration of Independence, there's always been some way, some form of fashion where freedom has been defined by man. The Constitution and the First Amendment, you have those 5 freedoms that we are guaranteed in the First Amendment. And not all of that is a bunch of lies because you are the key to your own freedom. You're free to make the decision whether you're going to vaccinate or not vaccinate, or if I'm going to associate over here with you, you're free to do that, but we've forgotten. You own that freedom. That is the definition of spiritual liberation, as Michael Beckwith calls it. Spiritual liberation. Spiritual liberation means that you choose where you want to go, what you want to do, and how you going to do it, my child. We've forgotten who we are. We allow people to pour over here on you, to tell you what you ought to be and how you ought to be it, how big you ought to stand, how big you ought to be in the world. Again, we've forgotten because we have the choices to make. What path you're going to follow. And that was one of the hardest decisions that I ever had to face with deciding what path I was going to follow. And I have a certain amount of sadness around that because I was raised in the church. You went to church on Wednesday, you went to church all day Sunday, and then you had to be, what came from the pulpit for me was a lot of shame and a lot of guilt. And I became burdened down with that. I was so burdened down with that. But then I lived in Nashville, Tennessee, and I went to the Tennessee State Bookstore, and there was a book there by Ayanna Van Zink. Her very first book, Discovering the Power Within. And I bought it. I bought that book, and that book, along with 12 steps, and I started going to Unity Church. It set me free. Now, Charles Fillmore says, through the quickening of the Spirit, we are loosened, and all limiting ideas are set free in the Christ consciousness, with the realization of the absolute, the one power and the one presence in the universe. Dr. Ernest Holmes states that freedom is the ultimate goal of the realization of the divine that resides in us all. Now, from my experience, in order to set yourself free, there are some things that we have to look at, and I'll just do a couple. First, we have to realize again, going back to who you are. Remembering who you are. That's the most important thing because of all the programming that we've received. When was the last time that you woke up in the morning feeling a deep sense in your gut that you were made in love, by love, for love? When was the last time that you blessed your head? I bless my thoughts in my head every day because there's a roommate that lives up there. And I have to bless my head because somebody else is in there with me telling me what I ought to be and how I ought to do it and when I ought to do it and how high I ought to jump. It's that inner critic that's in our head. I bless my thoughts every day. When was the last time that words that came out of your mouth was, it's a great day to be alive? And that I wasn't laid out on a cooling board, as my grandma used to say. When was the last time you said that I know the Spirit has my back today? And you set your intention for the day. And when was the last time that you looked in the mirror and you said, I accept you as you are, bright as the morning star. You show mercy, you show grace. You shine light all over the place. I am amazing. I do that, mirror work. So you can do that when you remember who gave you life, because we've forgotten. We have to dust off ourselves inside of us because the dust has accumulated in our brains and in our body. And so we project out into the world negativity. You dump it on somebody, I know sometimes I have been able to just unzip people with words. But what I say to myself in the mornings is, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Now today, I want you to become a chooseologist because it is a choice. All life is a choice. And I would like to introduce you to what I call on the up and ups under the purple umbrella, right? And under this umbrella, it's magical, it's use your imagination. So when you wake up in the morning, this is what I do. This is what you do with the ups. You wake up, you get up, you pray up, you wash up, you make your bed up, right? You make your bed up. And then you pep up. You get in the mirror and do yourself a talk. and tell you where you are. And then you inspire up. You read something inspirational, whether it's Science of Mind, Unity, or the Bible. It inspires you up. And then what you do is you pick a word. You got to have a word for the day. And you make up an affirmation. The affirmation can say, I now choose to value and accept myself, and I am worthy of God's love. I am love. You tell yourself that. And then you can go ahead on about your day. So practicing the up and ups under the purple umbrella. And don't forget you got to dress up too before you go out. And I always had to put my makeup on too before I go out. So just wanted to add that in. And then the next thing, you have to be fully present for the moment. We can't, if you don't, if I'm standing here and I'm with you now, my mind, as I said before, sometimes can go way on and be somewhere else. We have to be in the now. Y'all remember Eckhart Tolle's book about being in the now? Ram Dass had a book about being in the now. And we forget that. We have to be able to experience the experiences. And when you're with someone, be fully present with them. Do active listening. Don't be thinking about what you're going to say to them and how you're going to say it. Because it takes you out of the moment. And then you give your power away when you live in the future. Because, again, that inner critic, that inner roommate will make up stories. And sometimes they're all based in fear. Y'all hear what I say? Yes. Fear. So staying in the moment and being in the moment is very, very important. So you have a conversation, you actively listen, you use your reset button. Your reset button is here in the palm of your hand. And take a breath when you have to pause and see what's happening. You can also do forest bathing. I'm a big practicer of forest bathing. And I go sit in the woods 3 and 4 hours because there's no better way than to get grounded, centered. And the forest will help your immune system. It brings your blood pressure down. And you are just surrounded by nature, and you activate your 5 senses, plus your inner sense. And then you hear the symphony, layers and layers of sound. You sit in it, and you allow it to just wash over you. Don't do a walk, fast walk. Forest bathing is about walking and sitting and absorbing Mother Nature. Now, how close to God can you get them through that? You all have a wonderful meditation garden here. So I would encourage you, and I'm going to be leading a forest bathing class in a couple of weeks, and I'll let you know. The other thing we have to eliminate is social media. Because we use that as a distraction, and it takes us away. We use it. What do we have? LinkedIn, we have TikTok, we have Facebook story, we have Facebook. We have a lot of things that distract us. And then you have the stuff that's going on in your home. But if you have children, or something might be happening. My dad's 96 years old, so a lot of times my thoughts are where he is because I know his time is not long. So be an observer of your life. An observer. So if you stand in the moment, you can observe your life. When you go off in the past and in the future, you come out of it. And you have to take time to be grateful. Gratitude produces more good. You all know that. I'm just preaching to the choir here now. And meditate every single day. It don't have to be 2 hours. I meditate 10 minutes. I take a reset at 12 o'clock during the day. Meditate daily. Have gratitude. And the other thing that I feel like is most important, which we're not going to have time to go into a whole lot of detail, is knowing what your values are in your beliefs. We have all the themes that we've talked with Sherry's talking about. You have to know what your values and your beliefs are. And then when you make a list of your 3 top core values and beliefs, and then you start working on them, if they're no longer serving you, why are you keeping them? You have to let it go. In order to be free, you got to let it go. One of the values that I had to let go of was my name. My birth-given name did not fit me. I had 4 marriages, okay? And out of those 4 marriages, I was taught that the man was going to make me whole, and this is going to give you your power as a woman, and the man is going to complete you. That's a bunch of bull. You have to be complete within yourself. Okay, you have to complete yourself. No relationship is going to make you whole. But I was taught that. So every time my dad would say, he would say, you know, no more, I don't allow no shacking. And he couldn't even spell the word right? And I would go get married. But I take responsibility for my choices, because when I came clear with that, the therapist told me, it's time for, what's the common denominator in all of this? Is me. And I have to make a different choice. I have to choose differently. But in order to do that, I had to know that. So I didn't know, all those names. Ann, Dolores, Brown, Johnson, McCargo, Jubilee, Tunstall. That's all those names. Crazy. And I was dysfunctional. I tell you, I was dysfunctional. But you know what? I asked God to show me. And I had a dream. It's in my first book, Couldn't Keep It to Myself, where I was laid out on this alabaster altar, and there were ethereal beings that came in my dream. They didn't have any feet. They didn't say a word, but telepathically, they said to me, your name is now Yemaja. And from now on, you will use it, and when you use it and somebody says it, it's going to remind you of who you are. And I freed myself from their belief that I had to be married, from their belief that someone else would make me complete. I freed myself. And you have the same choice to free yourselves of values, be in the space now, and knowing who you are. That's freedom. And of course, there's some other things that you can work on too. So this is like maybe a part 1 of a message that could be 2 parts. But you can just free yourself from that. And when you let go of values, my affirmation for the last 2 years has been, help me to let go of those things that no longer serve me. People, places, and things. And it's working. I tell y'all, it's working. So you can do the same thing. And sometimes we have to break up with family. I went for 2 years, didn't speak to my daughter one time. But it was necessary for me to process. And my father, the same thing. But it was necessary because I was on a path that I had to do. So in closing, what I want to say you to do, y'all got your magic stick? So I want you to wave your magic stick. Use the power of imagination, which is one of the 12 powers. One of the 12 powers. And if you don't have a stick, like I said, use your imagination. I was walking on one of my walks. There was a 4 or 5-year-old little girl, and she had the stick. And I said, well, what are you doing? She said, she was making the short trees tall. She waved her wand. And I said, well, how tall are they? She said, it's like a giraffe neck. And they all were the same. So I said, well, I'm going to take these sticks, and when I speak, I'm going to give y'all one, right? So I literally picked those sticks about the forest, all right? So you have a magic stick using your imagination. And repeat after me. I choose to set myself free. I wave my magic stick. And I am a living representation of love, light, and positivity. I choose to set myself free. I wave my magic stick. I am free to be who I am. And who the divine has created me to be. I am a vessel of pure agape love. Outpicturing, outpouring, overflowing as the divine's masterpiece. I choose to set myself free. I am in the moment. Breathe in, breathe out. I am alive. I am aware. I am awake. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. Now breathe, be, and let it be. I sit, I breathe, and I let it be. I sit, I breathe, and I let it be. Be, breathe, and let it be. Be, breathe, and let it be. Be, breathe, and let it be. I breathe with grace and ease. I sit, I breathe, and I let it be. I sit, I breathe, and I let it be. Be, breathe, and let it be. Be, breathe, and let it be. Be, breathe, and let it be. I breathe with grace and ease. Close your eyes. Think of the words to that song. You be. It's a gift to be able to breathe. Allow the breath to breathe you, going in and out. Do not take for granted that you're going to be here in the next moment, tomorrow. Just be in the now and breathe. Breathe. And as you sit, focus on the magic that you have, the imagination, the zest and the zeal, the power that Charles Fillmore talks about in the 12 powers that's given to every man. And I want you to pick one of those powers and let it bring up a memory in your mind or create something. I like the creating part better with the imagination. Create something, whether it's the power of will, whether it's the power of release. Choose that power and put it in your heart. Now breathe, be, and be. And sit in the silence with your word and allow the images to come up in this moment, in this space, in your body, and in this place. And just like Ricky Pia's song that was sung so beautifully, you release and you let go. And when you go back to your homes today, remember to dance and have an attitude like a child that opens you up to set you free, that you will no longer embody that which keeps you from being all you need to be. And I want you to imagine a heart right now, a great big red heart, remembering that you were made in love, by love, for love. And I want you to stand on the center of this heart. And I want you to welcome in all races, all colors, all creeds, all different sexual orientation to come stand in the middle of the heart with you. Welcome them with love. Choose, because you are choosologists, that you are free and so are they. They're free to be who they are, and you to be free to be you. And say to yourself, I am free, and you bow to them in namaste to acknowledge the freedom that they have. Today you say, I am free to choose my own spiritual path. I'm free to choose, and I can own my voice. I'm free to choose to just be with beauty, boldness, and brilliance, authenticity, unapologetically and wholeheartedly. I am in touch, in tune, in spirit, and I am free. Breathe in and breathe out. And so it is, and so it shall be. Ashe, ashe. And thank you for allowing me to lead the service today. Peace, love, and joy. Open your eyes and look around the sanctuary at your neighbor and acknowledge them. Thank you so very much.
Wow, that was pretty wonderful, wasn't it? And thank you for the awesome dance break in the service. I really appreciate it. I love that song. So thank you so much for bringing that. So now is the time in our service where we prepare our tithes and our love offerings. So I want you to just take this wonderful energy that's been created in this experience today and also realize that each and every one of us, at the point of us, is an expression of this freedom and love, and the way we continue to kind of feed and grow that, come on forward, is through our love offerings and our blessings. So take your love offering, whether it's in consciousness, if you're doing a digital offering, or whether it's right here, and just hold it right there and just fill it with that energy of love and freedom and expression. And as you share it, see it going forward in wonderful ways. And we have a statement that we like to say together. You all can see it on the screen. And let's say that as we get going with this, all right? Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving. And now we'll have some music.
And this is another original song of ours. And if you catch on to the chorus, please join us. Bound by fears and misapprehensions, programmed from birth in separation, low self-esteem, doubts and limitation, till something inside said, hold on, that don't seem right, that feels wrong. As the light of truth in me dawns, I now release the hidden splendor. I now unleash the hidden splendor within. I now release the hidden splendor, hidden splendor within.
God is all well, that needs me too. Flowing and growing as me and you. Infinite power moving through us, creating from all contemplations, our words and our hearts' meditations. Now I mind what I give my attention. Come on. I now release the hidden splendor. I now unleash the hidden splendor within. I now release the hidden splendor. Hidden splendor within. As I've learned to apply these teachings, new dimensions of peace I am reaching, joy and delight, knowing what I am, forever safe in the one. Every day now is better begun, giving thanks from my heart for the good to come. I now release the hidden splendor. I now unleash the hidden splendor within. I now release the hidden splendor. Hidden splendor within again. I now release the hidden splendor. I now unleash the hidden splendor within. I now release the hidden splendor. Hidden splendor within. The hidden splendor within. Claim it. Woo!
Wonderful. All right. Let's bring those blessings up here. And everybody online in here, let's throw some more love and blessings onto these offerings. Seeing them moving out into the world in wonderful ways, creating a greater and greater consciousness of love as they do. And we express our gratitude. So let's say together 3 times. Say it with some energy. I am grateful. You ready? I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. So it is. Wonderful. Thank you, ushers, for that. And let me just see what I'm supposed to do next here. I believe it is time for Zita to share some more interesting things with us, right? You have some transformational opportunities for us?
Wow. Yeah, say yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, let it be. I'm having fun. I know you are too. Well, I'm really excited to invite Rhonda Young to speak to us about the Christmas Mother.
Good morning. Yes, and just want to send love to everyone out there. Just thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Rhonda, and I am the current coordinator for the Christmas Mothers campaign, Christmas Mother campaign, and we are full swing. We have our shoppers already, and we have 2 families. One family has 6 children, ages 2 to 16, and we have a senior adult as well, and she's 93 young. Yes. So I'll have our sign-up sheets. It's going to be outside the doors, going to be to your left and on the right wall. And we also have, for the grocery shopping, it's going to have a list for the grocery shopping as well as the gift wrapping and our deliverers as well, because we definitely need our Sanders to deliver the gifts to the designated location as well. So our donation envelopes, and they'll already have Christmas Mother on there, and they also have a box where you can check off for the Christmas Mother. So, and everyone online, you can also donate as well. We have our website where you can they'll have the spot for the designation as well. So thank you very much, and I think I covered everything. And of course, if you have any questions, so let me know. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Wow, thank you. We have so many awesome opportunities here. So here we are this evening. The topic for our spiritual practice gathering is mountain meditation, led by Cheryl Fair. Come and create an experience of the mountains in the fall and all its glory through music and the mountain meditation by Andy Hobson. The gathering meets in person and on Zoom at 5 p.m. And you can find that information, Zoom information, on the website. Yes. Next Sunday, October the 24th, come to the 11 a.m. to hear Cheryl Fair as she shares how to activate your affirmations. There will be a brief review of intentional release, also known as denials, and then a deep dive into the power of affirmations. As our role model, Jesus said, "Let your words be yes, yes, and your no, no, no." The garden team is very grateful for everyone who supported the recent plant sale. And so far, over $700 has been collected, amen, for the garden fund. And there are still some plants waiting to go home with you. They will be available in the gardens near the fish pond today and tomorrow. Who will be out there? Yes, okay. Madeline will be out there, amen. Your food donations are appreciated to build our inventory for fellowship coffee. The things that we serve in individual servings and that can be frozen to store for future good. Such things as frozen mini quiches, my personal favorite, cookies, pastries, chicken, and beef tortillas, and so on, anything that you can freeze. If you bring them in a large container, if you bring in a large container of nuts, we will put them in single serving baggies. And of course, we love your homemade goodies to share on a Sunday morning, so please bring them in. We are grateful for your help. Now, there are two big events coming for our youth ministry, youth and family ministry. First, there is a teacher's training in person and online, so it will be in person and Zoom Wednesday, October the 20th at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Melody Neal, our YFM director, will share curriculum as well as classroom and safety policies. Contact her if you can join. I think they will be, do we have kids today? Or?
Yes.
Okay, and she
Yes,
will be
we
in
do.
here. So.
We do.
And
Have
then
kids.
next,
We have
come to the Fellowship Hall on Friday the 22nd from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. for the YFM Service Project and Pizza and Movie, Halloween Town. This is for the whole family. And be sure to contact and notify Melody if you plan to attend so she can arrange pizza preferences no later than Wednesday. A gentle reminder, as we all individuals, we ask you to wear masks and while inside and to refrain from hugging and holding unless it is agreed upon between the two of you. And for fellowship coffee, please enjoy your food and the convenience on the promenade. So we ask that you get your food and gather out in the promenade and enjoy this beautiful weather. Let's keep each other safe and able to continue our in-person services. Now, our prayer chaplains are here today to pray with you in sanctuary. Prayer chaplains, would you please stand? Yes, yes. All prayers are kept confidential, and we thank you, prayer chaplains, and I turn it back over to Cheryl.
All right. I believe we're going to now welcome the youth and family ministry. I can see them out there. Here they go. Come on in.
Walking as the light, as the light of God, as the light, as the light, as the light, as the light, as light, as the light, as the light of God.
Well,
good morning, everyone. I'm Melody. I'm the director of our Youth and Family Ministry, and today I had Amy Corsetti helping me, which was wonderful. And today we talked about love. Again, this whole month is about love, but today we talked a lot about loving ourselves and how we can be kind and patient with ourselves. We read through 1 Corinthians, and then we also read through a book called The Lovables. And then their activity today was to come up with 3 affirmations that they could say to themselves, paint them and decorate them on a mirror so that they can look at that mirror and say those affirmations to themselves to remember how much they're loved. So that was our day today. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's bless them. All right, our volunteers and our kids, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are, and we see you doing amazing things. Wonderful, wonderful. So I want to acknowledge our volunteers in the YFM and our volunteers from the front door all the way through. So in the bookstore, people doing welcomes, our ushers at the door, our ushers in the service here, our wonderful music team, Dan, Julie, Nancy, thank you so much. And back in the back, we've got Ruth and Deb. And is anybody back there with you, Deb, or is it just you? Okay. I can see the little top of her head back there, so I know she's there. So we just want to recognize, everyone, and our wonderful service leader, Zita, and our fabulous presenter, Yemaja, Jubilee. What a wonderful morning. So I declare this service has now ended, and our ministry of love continues. So let's stand on up and have our prayer for protection and the peace song. Say it with us together here. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.